Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the One Step Better Business Podcast with Mike and with Matt. Welcome, Matt. Thanks for joining us. As always, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We got some news to share. We're going to make some transitions in the podcast. You know, one of our favorite things to do, and we get the opportunity to do this a few times a year, is just hang out with other people that run and operate and own accounting firms and just kind of talk shop.
Yep.
What's going well? What's not going well? What are some things that we need to work on? And so we're going to transition the podcast that we're doing to be similar to that. Like, think about it like you're just sitting around a bar at a hotel and you got your buddies around you and you're talking about what it looks like to run an accounting firm. And so if you are an accounting firm owner or operator, this is going to be a really, hopefully, really good opportunity for you to learn a little bit about the inner workings we struggle with, some of the things that we do well here at Patrick Accounting, and you can take away some good insights.
Today's sponsor is Cloud Accountant Staffing. Every firm owner I talk to is asking the same question right now. Should we hire offshore? I'll tell you what we're doing about it. We've hired offshore before, and we're actively working with Cloud Accountant Staffing right now on a couple of roles at Patrick Accounting. The reason we pick them, they take the fear out of it. Disclosure, security, onboarding someone across the world. They've walked tons of firms through it. Their portal is really easy to use. It lets you browse real candidates that are available to hire right now, book interviews yourself. You can have them vet them for you. They help you with the whole process. So head to cloudaccountantsstaffing.com right now. Links in the show notes. Yeah, I think this pivot makes sense. One of the things we've struggled with, I think, is trying to find, our actual voice with this podcast. We've been doing this now. We've right at 200 episodes. And we are struggling with the branding of, who's our true audience and who's the thing. Well, the reality is what we found and what we always know is the people that are listening to this podcast are generally accounting firm owners. And I felt like we were not even trying to talk to them, but that's who's actually showing up. So I think this is a good pivot for us. I think also it gets into the inner workings of our firm, what we're going through as owners. I want this to be very vulnerable. We're not going to talk bad about our employees, but we're going to talk about things we're really struggling with.
Maybe if we got a bad employee, we'll just have to.
Depends if we want to get rid of them or not.
Throw them on blast.
That's right. But I do think that the idea of this podcast is to see, not everything is rosy. We are always working to get it a little bit better tomorrow than it is today, hence the name of the pod. But at the same time, everybody maybe look from the outside in going, hey, these guys are doing great, or that firm's really grown. And we've been very fortunate to have grown. There's been a lot of gray hair earned and a lot of mistakes that we've made. And so I like those stories. I want to hear that when I hear from other firms going, man, we're struggling with this and this is what we tried and this really worked well and this didn't work well. So I'm really looking forward to this pivot because of that. I think we'll have a lot more natural conversations about the things that really go in behind a business of any kind of behind our firm.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be fun. I think that we do a pretty good job of being open and honest, maybe to a fault sometimes.
To a fault, yes.
Because, we've had these conversations internally of like, are we sure we want to really go that far and share that much stuff? And the answer has always been yes. And it's kind of fun, a little bit of therapy to have an outlet to be able to talk about some of the things that we struggle with. And so hopefully
the reality is, Mike, you and I are already having these conversations. We're just putting them now on camera.
Put a microphone.
So I'm very fortunate to have Mike as my COO and our integrator and all the things that we do. And to have that sounding board, but not every firm owner has that. And I know I've had that with my peer group, but those are still like maybe an outsider's perspective looking at our problems, and they still don't necessarily see truly all the behind the scene footage that we want to share with them. And I really I think this is going to be good therapy for me. Maybe this is my weekly therapy session. Yeah. So
we're going to get into it then, man. I'm going to start asking some hard questions.
Oh God.
My hope is that this turns into a little bit of an interaction as well, because I do know, like you mentioned, one of the things that we have always known and our actual stats prove out is that most of our listeners to this podcast have been accounting firm owners. I want to try to find a way to get them to interact with us a little bit, like ask questions, challenge us on our thoughts, give us topic ideas.
We want to bring you on as guests. I think having these deep conversations with another firm owner going through this stuff is going to be important. We're going to talk about the vendors that we're using. We're going to talk about the tool sets that we're trying. We're going to go through all the things that, we as an owner of an accounting firm are going through, from hiring issues or leadership and development, and how to balance, training along with actually getting the work done, and how do you evolve a practice at the same time you're trying to get stuff done, and all the things that go into this. So we are always trying different things. We are a bunch of, we have a bunch of, I'm a super high quick start, but I know that we have a lot of people in our office that likes to generate ideas, and ideas are never a problem.
Yeah.
Execution is a problem. So should be fun conversations.
Yeah. And so if you are involved in an accounting firm anywhere at any level, whether you own the thing or you just, this is your first week on the job, my goal is to make this a meaningful conversation for you. And so we're going to share the things that are working well, the things that haven't worked well, the struggles that we've had. And honestly, we're going to share some of the wins, and we have quite a few of those as well. And so we're going to share some of that stuff with you so that you could take away some ideas that you might be able to implement in the firm that you're operating. So that's the plan. We're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a really good time. So make sure that you subscribe, and so you don't ever miss another episode. It's going to be coming out really soon. Our first episode is really kind of geared and focused in on accounting firms specifically. And so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.